My name is Reginald Glover. I currently reside in Buffalo, New York. Actually, I got accepted by Belmont for some assistance with paying my rent. And one of your representatives came over there and gave a presentation on how they could help us out. I was invited to come over and go through an orientation, at which time she gave me all the information I needed, the areas that was covered under the grant that they were receiving, and should we qualify, we should follow up and proceed with the process. It helped me out significantly because my income was minimal. I couldn't even afford to get the security money needed to move in to a place of residency, even with Belmont's assisting me, because you needed the move-in security money to be able to get a place to stay. And they helped me out with that, and by them helping me out with that, it kind of took a lot of stressors off of me, off of everyday living. Where I was at when I first found out about Belmont and home, it was crime-ridden. Stress, drama, noise, sirens all day, every day. However, where I'm at now, it's nice, it's peaceful. If I may, I want to say thank you to all the donors and supporters that helped out home. Housing Opportunities Made Equal, because without them, there's no telling where I'd be today. I really do want to say thank you so much for helping them out, and please don't stop. There's always someone out there who can use a helping hand.
My name is Adam Kleisik. I'm originally from Clarence, New York. I did over 4 years of active duty service in the United States Army as a combat medic. I was based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina with the 82nd Airborne. I was deployed to Iraq from 2007 to 2008, and I was deployed to Haiti following the earthquake in 2010 to provide medical care to the Haitians. Following my deployment to Iraq, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. I received counseling and treatment, however, it didn't seem to help enough. And so eventually, when I got back to Western New York and I met with the VA, they recommended that I receive a service animal, and that's how I was prescribed my service dog, Apollo, the German Shepherd puppy. After I got Apollo, it was interesting because I had a very hard time connecting with people at all, just because I lost so many friends and, did all the medical work and had my hands inside them when they passed and stuff. And so it's hard for me to connect to other people, especially civilians. But when I got Apollo, he just loved me. When I lost him, it was very hard for me. And I had moved into a house I was renting in Niagara Falls from a private landlord, and I had been renting the space for about 6 months or so. From October to April, I received Apollo, and the landlord found out a couple days later, gave me a call, said we need to talk, notified me dogs are not allowed, and I referred her to Western New York Heroes, the president of Western New York Heroes, who had provided the dog for me and got me into the Positive program, which is a grant for service dogs. Coincidentally or not, she asked me to leave within 30 days. hard time with the transition. I had nowhere to live, so I ended up going to a VA facility, and I had nowhere for Apollo to go, so I tried to find a foster home for him, but they couldn't watch him for too long. So eventually, Western New York Heroes or the Niagara County Veterans Court, somebody came by and scooped up Apollo and gave him a more permanent home due to the fact that I didn't have one. After I lost Apollo, I spoke with a family friend, Adam Perry, who is an attorney, and he referred me to home, and I started working with Dan Corbett. I knew that I needed to work with somebody that caused a world of pain for me, and I don't want that to happen to any other vets. We got a lawsuit moving against my landlord. And our goal, was to kind of publicize this and make sure it doesn't happen again and that people know about it. So home has been my tool for that, my support, my backup, standing behind me, and it's a relief to know that home is there for me. Having home as a resource is priceless to me on so many different levels, and not just the basic financial housing level, but also the emotional support that it's provided me. But I think we're kind of changing Buffalo and the housing and everything here, so we're making some pretty big changes, and without the donations and support from everybody out there, this would not be possible. So I really think we're actually moving forward here, and that's an amazing feat, so thank you.